Art was bought by the Mughals in 1633. It's almost 350 years ago when they came to India to rule India. That time they brought this art with them that let the local people to make a bit money, and since then this is very famous. Those arts and crafts they made in Kashmir, which is called chain stitch, so which is stitches of chain. Like every village, they do farming in the summertime. When it comes to winter, when it's very cold, they sit at home, look after their children and make also these products for extra cash.
Ash has been selling handmade textiles from his village in Kashmir for over 25 years. But the story of South Asian textiles in England stretches back much farther than that. For thousands of years, India has been one of the world's greatest centers of textile production, and its fabrics have shaped trade, religion, politics, and culture around the globe.
Made by second-hand all the saris, recycled. And then there are families also in India who do the work. It's called kanta work. It's very popular. So they do it by hand and make extra bit money for it.
India's geography made it especially suited for textile production. Different regions developed their own specialties based on local resources. Bengal became famous for its fine cotton, Assam for its silk, Gujarat for innovative weaving, and Rajasthan for natural dyes and block printing. Ash even showed me textiles that took up to 3 months to make. Ash shared with me videos of people in his home village making these products by hand. His grandfather teaches younger kids how to handcraft each piece. It's easy to understand why these techniques have survived for centuries. Every piece represents hours of work, generations of knowledge, and a connection between artisan and tradition. For centuries before Europeans reached India, Indian textiles were traded across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. After European merchants arrived by sea at the end of the 15th century, Indian cottons and silks became some of the most sought-after goods in the world.
The materials are from India, but then they get shipped to Nepal, and we make them in our warehouses in Nepal, and then they get shipped over here. So we sell tote bags, we sell wash bags, we sell jackets, and we also sell keyrings as well. So I think it's just more like creativity and like, you know, these are quite different, they're quite unique. You don't see a lot of things like this in Oxford. So it's like bringing like a kind of sense of like Asia basically to the UK basically.
Indian artisans even adapted their designs depending on where the cloth was being sold. Fabrics exported to Europe look different than those destined for South Asia or West Africa, showing how connected India's textile industry was to global trade. But Britain's relationship to Indian textiles became much more complicated during colonial rule. During industrial rule, British factories produced cheap, machine-made cloths that flooded Indian markets. At the same time, policies favored British manufacturing while making it harder for Indian artisans to compete. This transformed textiles into something more than just fabric. It became a political symbol. Mahatma Gandhi encouraged Indians to spin and weave their own cloth, known as khadi. Wearing handmade textiles became an act of resistance against British rule and a symbol of India's struggle for independence. When I learned about the size of the textile industry between India and the UK, I expected there to be several stores selling traditional South Asian textiles and clothes in Oxford. Instead, I found that the one Indian clothing store had permanently closed, even though online listings still showed it as open. This made me wonder how easy it is today for traditional artisans to find space in modern retail.
These days everybody prefers it's cheaper, easier Chinese product, which actually, to be honest with you, in reality, damages are all real art. Because they do it copy, they print it, so real artisans really do suffer.
When I asked Ash about the future of his craft, his biggest concern wasn't the quality of the work. It was whether or not there would be anyone left to do it. He explained that many younger people no longer want to learn traditional textile making. Instead, they choose careers that offer more stable salaries and predictable work. After years of watching family members struggle to compete, it's an understandable choice.
It was, like bread and butter 20, 30 years ago. Now the world is changed. The young generation wants to do steady or get a proper big jobs rather than doing them, because it works out like £1 a day. £1.50 a day, which is really not enough. But some families, they make it extra cash for, other things. That's how they are made.
All of these products remind us that handmade textiles remain an important source of cultural identity and income throughout the entire region. At the same time, handmade textiles face growing competition from inexpensive, mass-produced alternatives sold by larger retailers. To many customers, they may look the same, but as Ash explained, they aren't made the same way.
To be honest with you, I'm so proud of it and quite new, because everybody who buys it, they always come back, no matter where are they from the world. If they can't come back, they write me to send them more. Because once you put them there, they look really quite beautiful and very durable. They last 20, 30 years each product. So people can even see themselves what this is. It's not machine made, it's all handmade with the labor of love.
The bigger stores, I think they're more like fashion forward, like they tend to follow styles and fashions, whereas this is like long-term pieces. Like you can rock these for years and years on end without them going out of fashion, whereas all the bigger corporations, you kind of have to like switch them out fast, and you have to move at like a faster pace. It's like more fast fashion, whereas this is like more old school, and there's more longevity behind the items of clothing.
Throughout this course, we've studied India's civilization through empires, religions, and political movements. But civilizations are preserved in everyday traditions. Standing here in Oxford, surrounded by objects from around the world, it's clear that India's textile tradition isn't just a part of the past, it's still alive. And whether it continues into the future depends in part on whether people continue to value the hands that made it.
Okay,